A message for anyone who's feeling just hella lost right now. Hey friends, it's me, Sarah. I just wanted to come on here really quick and just talk a little bit about something that I know a lot of us are dealing with at the moment. Listen, this year has thrown us for a loop. Many loops, loop after loop after loop-diddy, loop-diddy, loop, poop, 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 poop. And it's no wonder that you would be feeling lost. And I'm just here to let you know that it's okay, it's normal, and it's a beautiful thing. So much of our lives have changed, not only in a very practical sense. Maybe you're not working at the job that you've been at for a very long time. Maybe the school that you wanted to go to is closed and you can't go. Maybe the path that you had planned out for yourself just isn't going to work anymore within our current socio-economic climate. But not only that, in a spiritual, energetic sense, this year has been so much about change, about transformation, about letting go of the past, of our old selves, of the people that we thought we were, that we thought we were supposed to be, and becoming who we truly, absolutely are. And in the midst of that, there's gonna be a period where you don't know who the fuck you are. And that's okay. It's part of the process. And if you are in this space, you may be feeling like, oh, you want to find a way to get out of it, looking for motivation and advice on how you can figure it all out, find yourself, move past it, move through it, move forward. But I'm here to tell you that the most beneficial thing you can do right now, if you are feeling so incredibly lost, is to stay where you are. And you know, you hear all the time, they tell little kids, if you're out and about with your parents at a mall or an amusement park, if you get lost, to stay where you are and wait for someone to find you. And this is the same kind of thing, though in a very metaphorical sense. You've got to stay where you are and let your own heart, your own spirit find you. If you do need to change your physical location, then do it. If you need to get out into nature, that's one of the best places where you can just exist without any external influences. The best thing you can do is to stay where you are, is to not try to force your way out of it, not try to motivational speaker your way out of it, but to sit with it and allow yourself the time to just exist for a while. I've been in this place more times than I can count. And in fact, I have a very helpful video about this particular time of my life and the lessons I learned from it right here. But right now I'm just specifically addressing the value of just stopping, taking a break, and letting yourself just be. I had a conversation with someone yesterday. It was actually in the comments of another video, supposed to be this motivational questions to ask yourself when you're feeling lost. And she was feeling really, really frustrated because she couldn't understand why listening to this motivational video was making her feel worse, was making her feel even less motivated. And I've been there, I've totally been there, and I figured that if I had been there, she had been there must be other people who are feeling this way. And the thing that I learned through this huge transformational process that I've been going through for the past year is that sometimes when you are so lost, seeking any sort of motivation or reading any sort of self-help books, spiritual books, listening to speakers and podcasts and all of those things, they're going to hit you differently. In fact, they may end up making you feel worse because you're not ready to hear it. You're not ready for that part of the process. Before the motivation, before the advice, before the taking steps forward, you gotta spend time where you are first. The first step is to just be still. What does this look like? It looks like nurturing yourself, comforting yourself, leaning into those things that make you feel safe and cozy and warm, even if that's just getting extra sleep, watching your favorite movies, eating a bunch of comfort food. It doesn't matter, but to just be in that space, let yourself be inside the cocoon. I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but when a butterfly is going through its transformation process, or rather, when a caterpillar is going through its transformation process, it literally liquefies into just goo inside the cocoon before it actually starts to put itself back together. And you may be in that goo phase. You may be in that phase when you are just, you've just fallen apart and you are just swimming in your own goop. And that is a beautiful visual, but you get the idea. Let yourself be a mess. Accept yourself where you are. Honor yourself in that space. You've got to allow the process to move forward organically. And at some point, when you've been quiet for long enough, when you've cut out the voices, the extra voices, the external voices long enough, you will start to hear yourself again. You'll start to hear your inner voice. You'll start to hear your intuition. You'll start to feel like moving forward. Perhaps you'll get inspired to go and do a little bit of art. Maybe you'll get inspired to call a friend. But there's no need to do these things before you feel ready to do it. I think that so often we try to push ourselves into the light so quickly. We're afraid to be with ourselves. We're afraid to sit in our own darkness. And so much about this year has been about that. It's about sitting with our shadows and facing them and letting them speak to us, letting them say what they need to say so that we can heal and then move on. The only way to get there, to get anywhere, is to be here. So let yourself be here, fully, completely present in the goop, in the grossness, in the darkness, in the sadness, in the ickiness, and allow it. Accept that it's happening. And when you come from that place of acceptance, that place of allowing, then you actually obtain some sense of control over the situation. You're not just being a victim to your emotions. You're not just being a victim to this place that you're in. You are telling yourself, this is just where I am right now. I feel lost and confused and sad right now. And I'm going to accept myself where I am. And I am going to wrap myself in a big hug and just let myself be here. And that's okay. And when I'm ready, when you are ready, you'll know it. You'll feel it. You'll feel the little bits of brightness coming back in. You'll feel the little bits of motivation coming back in. But again, don't jump so quickly into the guidance, into the self-help books and the motivation, and just listen to yourself. You're the only one that knows what's best. You're the only one that knows what you need. But give yourself the space to hear it. And that's all I wanted to say. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or if you want to chat, please, I'm always available to talk down in the comments. I thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. I love you very much. Have a fabulous day and a fabulous